This weekend was, well, lacking in goals in some leagues, but this weekend was the weekend of the striker. So we're going to talk about that, as well as all the news and stats that you need to know about from this past weekend, so you can impress your friends, your colleagues, anyone around the water cooler with that savory football knowledge. Sound good? If you're into it, maybe drop a subscribe for us and say hi in the comments section. And maybe you'd even have an opinion on Everton and Manchester United, as Tony Valencia scored a master blaster of a first goal in this match and what would be Everton's fourth loss on the trot. With, when all was said and done in this match, 12 goals against and 0 for. But what is zero secret to me now is how much Jose Mourinho must love when his team gets a goal early-ish, we're talking about in the first 45 minutes, without conceding anything and holding out until the last 15 to 20 minutes where they can hit out their opponent on the counter-attack when they get desperate and try to push for an equalizer. We've seen this happen a few times now where they score a flurry of goals in the dying minutes of the game. And I mean, of the 24 goals that have been scored in the final 10 minutes of matches in the entirety of the Premier League this season, Manchester United have scored 9 of them, which is also over 50% of their own goals. I gotta give some props to Lukaku, who despite not having the best of matches and was threatening to have a highlight reel of shanks in this one, still had the presence of mind to get on the end of a flicked cross to get that contractually obliged goal per game. With that, he became the 4th youngest player in Prem history to score 90 goals, behind his opponent on the day, Rooney, Michael Owen, and Robbie Fowler. To London for Chelsea vs Arsenal. Now this match threatened to boil over, but I never feel like it got flying. Well, I mean, David Luiz did some flying straight into Sead Klassenac's shin, and for the 3rd match running, Antonio Conte's Chelsea have had a man sent off against Arsenal, which just goes to show that in their head they're probably thinking Arsenal's weak right now. We can handle these guys. It's no problem. Because the last 3 times they've played them, Arsenal haven't been in the best of positions form-wise, but Chelsea still seem to struggle against them. But I gotta tell you, one of my absolute favorite things in football happened in this match. Shkodran Mustafi thinks that he scored the go-ahead goal in this match, maybe even the winner. He's probably thinking, this is it. We're getting a win against Chelsea again. In the Premier League this time. This will be the thing that turns our season around and puts us on the right passage. He reels away in celebration in front of the away fans. And he's also the last person on earth to realize that the goal was disallowed because he was about a shoulder's width of offside. Ugh. R/cringe all the way. But anyway, we'll get to Gabriel Jesus and Manchester City a little bit later, but right now let's talk about Liverpool versus Burnley. And I don't have a huge opinion on this because I feel like for the last 3 matches in a row, I've been saying the same thing for Liverpool. Sorry, the last 3 counting this last one against Burnley. And the last 3 weekends, it's become a weekend tradition for angry Liverpool fans to call in that BBC radio football show, I can't remember what it's called, Savage is on it, and they plead their case as to why Jurgen Klopp is not fit to be the manager of Liverpool. Now, I would say that's a stretch, but I think they do have a point when it comes to the fact that he isn't doing anything to fix their defensive problems. In this match, the stats were insane. Now, it could have just been in one of those anomalies of a match where you just dominate the opposition and they manage to get a result somehow. Think back to Barcelona versus Celtic in 2012. In this one, look, Liverpool had 35 shots. They outpossessed Burnley 71% to 29 and had 12 corner kicks, and yet they still couldn't find a winner against Burnley. Yet again, they outchanced their opposition huge, but their defense lets them down. It's so poor that teams just need 1 or 2 opportunities and they'll probably get a goal. So Liverpool fans, what's up? Is this the result of just shitty defenders, or is this on Klopp? When does he have to start taking the blame for this? You had an entire summer to bring someone in, to bring in multiple people, and you didn't. And our last stop in England is with Manchester City, as they are starting to look like the title contenders that everyone thinks that they are. As they went to Watford and smacked them up 6-0, and Watford, we gotta remember, was undefeated coming into this match. This was their first loss of the season. Just a quick note, if we're comparing how City's did, which really is a useless stat, but it's sort of fun to see, Manchester led the way this week with 10 goals. Liverpool, between Everton and themselves, only managed to score once, and London, between Crystal Palace, Tottenham, West Ham, Chelsea, and Arsenal, 5 different teams, 0 goals. Again, a useless stat, but it's, come on guys, it's kind of fun, no? Anyway, First off, the Aguero and Jesus experiment continues to bear fruit, as Sergio grabbed a hat-trick, taking his involvement in Premier League goals to 158 in 186 matches, with 127 goals and 31 assists. Jesus also grabbed a goal, taking his goal count for the season to 4, one behind Aguero. In their 8 starts together, they have scored a combined 16 goals and picked up 7 assists. From one hat-trick hero to another, well, 2 actually, in Italy, as both Paulo Dybala and Dries Mertens grabbed 3 goals for their respective clubs. Paulo Dybala became the first ever Juventus player to score in the first 4 matches of the season, as he took his goal count to 10 goals in 5 across all competitions, scoring his 6th free kick in the process, which is the most scored by a player in the Serie A since the start of the 2015-16 season, and has now scored back-to-back hat-tricks on the road this season. Mertens, on the other hand, has scored more goals in the Serie A in 2017 than any other player, including the aforementioned Paulo Dybala, who has 19 goals. Mertens, of course, has 20. And finally, in Italy, Ciro Immobile from Lazio. He's been coming up a lot lately, and that is for good reason, because he's been killing it. In his last 8 matches, he has managed to score 8 goals. That's across all competitions, having scored 7 in his last 4 alone. Holy shit, what a record. But Radamel Falcao at AS Monaco, as we all know, may have something to say about the Golden Boot race this season as well, if he can keep his current run of form up, as he led Monaco to a 3-0 win over Strasbourg, in which we saw him bag a brace and 1 assist, so he had a hand in all 3 goals. That makes for 10 goals across all competitions, 9 in Ligue 1, but what's even more impressive, his current goal conversion percentage in the Ligue 1 is a staggering 90%, as he has scored those 9 goals from just 10 shots on target. Hell, even Bafétimbi Gomis could make a statement in the Golden Boot race, as he has seemingly revitalized his career at Galatasaray. Scoring a brace against Kassim Pasa this weekend after just 5 matches with the Istanbul club, Gomis has registered 7 goals and 2 assists. And in their last 11 away matches, Real Madrid has taken 11 wins in a row, for the first time in their club's history, seeing them score 32 and concede just 10. Borja Mayoral scored his first goal in just his 2nd appearance of this season, and he had a huge hand in their 2nd goal, which saw his strike cannon off of left back Kevin Rodriguez into the back of the net. Madrid was lacking some of their more experienced players in Ronaldo, Marcelo, and Cruz, but Gareth Bale was there, and Gareth Bale stepped up, scoring what was his 6th goal at Anoeta in just 5 appearances, making him the first player in La Liga history to score 6 goals at that fabled San Sebastian Stadium. Something else that was pretty special about that goal, if you haven't seen it yet, is just how fucking fast he ran. He managed to clock in at 35 kilometers per hour as he chased down that through ball. I mean, just look at the gap from when he starts running to where he ends up. It's crazy. Boy's got wheels. Also, with yet another match in which Real Madrid have scored, they have taken their scoring run to 73 consecutive matches, which is pretty insane if you ask me. Those 73 in a row equal the record of the 1963 Santos team that boasted the likes of Pele and Nene in their attack. Real Madrid plays Real Betis tomorrow, so if you want to tune in for what could be a 54-year record-breaking match, then definitely tune in for that one. And make sure you tune in for our next video on Friday. There's going to be some disturbances in my publishing schedule just because, well, I'll tell you in my next video, but ultimately it will be for the good of the channel, and I'll be able to get more videos out, and yeah, like I said, I'll explain that all in my next video on Friday. So, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys. Drop a like if you learned something new today, and I will see you in the next video. Later.